Greetings and salutations, people of the internet, and welcome to another episode of Super Cast Brothers. My name is Zantok, also called Lister. It's kind of what we do here, and as always, I've got no one. Where's Jonno? Okay, we have a Chinese dragonfly around. Good thing I have a sword, so I can go ahead and slay it. Where'd its head go? Um... Oh! Well, I'll still slay you. I don't give a shit. You're just fall dead now. Fall dead. I'm just stabbing you with a sword. Fall. Yeah, there we go. Alright, the position of my co-host is now open. You can go ahead and send your applications to... Well, maybe not my email address. Just comment on the video, similar whether it's on jfrom.com or on the YouTube channel or wherever else this is posted. I actually don't know where the other places are posted now because Jonno is dead. Shit. Jonno's dead. I don't know what to do now. I don't know. I don't know what to do.
Well, that turned out a lot better than we probably planned it to be.
Yeah, it really did. I did not know where that was going to go. I was just like, oh, he's going to do the dragon head? Alright, I've got a sword. I can play with this.
Should we do the whole episode with me on the ground like this?
Probably not, because then people are just going to be staring at your bed.
Yeah, there's a couple blankets back there. You want me to do like a tour?
No. No!
Okay. Well, it's a little bare bones. I'm moving.
Viewers, you tell us from home. Do you want to see a tour of this sad, depressing person's bedroom? We'll see what you say in the comments then, and maybe someday I guess it might just fucking happen. What the fuck? Jesus Christ. Anyways, hi. That person is Jonno, otherwise known as Jonathan. It's kind of easy because that's kind of his name. And it's kind of being posted on his personal website. So there you go. You should probably know who this guy is by now. But if you don't know who I am, I mean, that's just fine, I guess. I'm not sad. I'm just disappointed. Which is another form of being sad, so I guess I am sad, and I'm just lying to you all. But maybe that's what happens when you lead a horrible, depressing life.
What if I pat you on the head?
Please do not. Anyways, wow. This has been a weird start to this episode. We've had some weird ones. I don't know where we would rank this. Hey, somebody, go out there and rank the weirdest starts to an episode we've had, I guess. I don't fucking know. Why am I doing this with you? Why are we in year 2? God.
This is probably right up there along with, what was it? The one where I was like, hey, all you cool cat. Blah, 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 blah. Remember that one? It was a good time.
I actually don't. I don't.
Oh, no, I didn't say, hey, you cool cats. I said, hello, brother man.
Anyways, it's the 3rd episode of year 2, which means it's a Smash or Dash episode. This time around, like we've been doing the last 2, we wanted to go ahead and start Season 2 off just a little bit differently from Season 1. Season 1, our Smash Dash episode, featured characters who could be cloned. Or not, yeah, I think clones was where we were looking at it. Because we had Black Shadow versus Alf, I believe, in the first episode. Mm-hmm. I don't remember who the second pairing was. I could probably go look, because I've got, our chart up available. So maybe I should just do that. Oh, it was Mock Rider versus Balloon Fighter. So we had a pair of potential clones versus a pair of potential retro characters. This time around, it's all clones. Kind of, sort of. We have here 2 matchups of potential clone/echo characters, but it's not something like, oh, Black Shadow could be a clone of Captain Falcon versus, oh, Alf who could be a clone of Olimar. It's 2 characters who would be the clone or echo of the same character. Starting,
yeah, they're all from Punch-Out, coincidentally. Sorry.
Well, not all 4 characters are from Punch-Out, but 2 of them are, including our first matchup, which is going to be featuring Great Tiger versus Bald Bull. 2 animal-based characters.
Yeah.
Kind of, sort of, in their names at least. So, Jonno, I've never played Punch-Out. I'm kind of hoping you can tell me what the hell these guys are about.
Sure. May I also say that everybody is going to be really confused who's only listening to the audio-only version and had to go through that dragon mess just now.
Yeah, that's kind of the downside of us transitioning to video, is we can do a lot of visual gags now.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, our audio listeners, which we actually don't know if they exist now that I think about it, high potential audio listeners, you
Eric
guys
is
don't
one.
see us. Why did you make a drawing of us? And why I would not be
Because
touching your hand because you're diseased.
it's a visual gag.
That no.
We're holding hands. So, if you want to see us hold hands, you have to watch it on webcam.
It's never gonna fucking happen.
Which would be insane enough. So yeah, the first Smash or Dash of the year, winding down from the stage showcase, which was a great episode, by the
Doozy.
way. I'm glad that we could, yeah,
We
but I'm
we
glad
were
that we
over
could
prepared.
that. Yeah,
if we ever do
yeah,
another stage showcase, we will not be preparing 20 stages each. We'll make like 12 at most, maybe only 10.
exactly. I would
Holy
probably go
shit!
for 10, but yeah, that the
I
leeway.
would
But I am
probably
glad that
do
we got
12 because
to,
I hate myself, or 15 because I hate
sure,
myself, or 20 because I hate myself. I hate myself.
yeah, yes, you do. But don't worry, we love you. Yeah. So, no, to finish my thought, I am glad that we were able to have an episode so early in the season that fully takes advantage of the visual cues.
It is nice.
Bammo, blammo.
There was a
But
little bit
no,
of growing pains with figuring out how we were going to display the images with that episode, though.
yeah,
And I didn't realize
yeah,
until after it was over that, our Super Casperless banner right above our cameras, that was covering up part of the stages. Oops.
yeah,
Good news is that if you go to our Smashtopia wiki, you can see the full images, so
yeah,
fear not.
yeah,
It's especially helpful
yeah.
for the audio listeners that may or may not exist,
It'll be a
since
good
you
time. Go
couldn't see
check it
them,
out.
period. Yeah, no.
And check out a visual show when you can. It's highly entertaining. I'd at least give it a 3.5 out of 5.
I mean, personally, I'd give it a 5 out of 7.
Yeah, it's less of a.
It's a perfect score.
Yeah, it is. It's more of a quality broadcast in terms of work input into it than maybe Super Mario 3D All Stars,
Oof.
which was a rush job by Nintendo. But the quality's there because the original games are quality. It's funny though. It's funny though. That said,
More quality than
that
Pokemon Sword and Shield.
yeah, that as well. That as well. But besides Mario, we're gonna talk about one of his friends later. But beyond that, for starters, Punch Out, we have Great Tiger versus Bald Bull. Two characters who are iconic to the Punch Out series, and also kind of cultural appropriations of certain ethnicities in the world.
Isn't that the case with
As
every Punch Out character except for Little Mac and King Hippo? And I
yeah,
guess Mr. Sandman. Not Mr.
pretty
Sandman,
much,
Mr.
yeah,
Dream. I mean Mr. Dream.
pretty much, yeah, yeah. Just wanted to get that out of the way right at the start. It's like, yeah, we kind of know.
We're aware. We're aware.
Mm-hmm. 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 But Great Tiger is the champion of India, and he has abilities centered around magic, pretty much, where he can disappear instead of dodging in a puff of smoke and reappear. And beyond that, he also has a tiger that is his friend that appears alongside him in the ring in Super Punch Out. And on top of that, he also has his rushing magic attack as a special attack, where he clones himself a couple of times, and they switch back and forth, and you have to kind of punch at the right one, or else he's going to cream you. Bald Bull is a 36-year-old Turkish man in the prime of his boxing life, a very prolific boxer in the world of Punch Out, one of the toughest opponents Little Mac can go against. Fighting him, he's a big guy, little wider in stature than Mac, and he's known for his, what is it, Raging Bull, I think it's called, where he will put his hands on his head like this, and he'll charge you like a bull.
You
And
mess with the
that's
bull, you
one of
get the
his special
horns.
attacks. Yep, and he has a lot of vitality because he's a pretty tough opponent in terms of stockiness. There's a good word for it. So you have a guy who's a tank who attacks like a bull, and you have a guy who's much more lithe but has magic and stuff to dust up the game a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And at their core, of course, they're both boxers with boxing based movesets. So at the crux of it all, they can still be very similar to Little Mac, just with different attributes and a couple different special moves.
The crux of the moveset, if you will.
Yeah, yeah.
Naturally.
So that's kind of the introduction. I guess we got to dive into it.
We do. Now, unfortunately, Punch Out is a series that, beyond having backgrounds for the characters and unique designs, there's really not much to differentiate a whole bunch of the characters. Some of them do have their unique properties, such as Bald Bull will rush forwards like a damn bull, and Great Tiger has like illusion magic,
Yeah.
it seems. So, and they kind of seem like they're two of the more unique characters that can really work as a potentially work as a clone or echo of Little Mac. We could have talked about King Hippo, but obviously that's not a clone. That's just
He's
a
a hippo.
whole different hippo. Yes. So it's kind of difficult to discuss any characters from Punch Out really again besides King Hippo and maybe to a lesser degree Doc Lewis, because they're all very much the same. It's a game where you kind of like how you see Jonno and I here on camera. You're just looking at us, and then we punch forwards, and then you punch at the screen, and that's what you see. And you duck around, you dodge, but that kind of game doesn't allow for a whole lot of unique attacks. Unfortunately, also boxing kind of doesn't allow for a lot of unique attacks. In my minor knowledge of boxing, that is not that I know a lot, but I know you punch, you have jabs, you have upper hooks or upper hooks. Wow, you have right hooks and left hooks, and you punch people in the gut. That's my boxing knowledge. So it doesn't really lead to a whole lot of different things that you can do, which makes this hard.
It does. Well, I don't know. It's funny. Most of the characters in Punch Out are differentiated from their backstories, and not even ones that necessarily are told in the game. Like how Piston Hondo is an altruistic philanthropist outside of boxing and uses his boxing money to give to hospitals.
Like how Glass Joe is made of glass, and he
Yeah.
has only one victory on his official record, and nobody knows how it happened.
He has glass bones and paper skin, and yet there you go.
It's a bit sad. Soda Popinski
Yeah.
has soda
Vive
bottles
la France.
permanently glued to the palms of his hands.
Yeah,
That sucks.
it does. I guess it's a little convenient when you want to drink, though.
Until that drink's gone, and now you just have an empty bottle. How are you
Put,
going to
like,
refill that
lasagna in
bottle? Did you say put
Yeah, to find a good
lasagna in there?
Samaritan. Yeah.
No! No! What the fuck? What
But
is
yeah,
wrong
with
with
these
you?
characters, I don't
Jesus
know.
Christ.
I want the lasagna. Make a
Ugh,
lasagna sandwich.
no.
Um,
No.
So yeah, the crux of the characters are essentially the same. I honestly don't know how much can change between them and Little Max in terms of standard moves, or how they move around. There's plenty that can change with the general movement of the character. Actually, like Great Tiger can primarily be on his rug for dash attacks or whatever. I don't know. Possible.
Possible.
Yeah. And Bald Bull, he's a little bit of a bigger guy, so he runs around a little differently. Um, Beyond that, though, what you see is almost pretty much all you get. You get the clone mechanism with Great Tiger. You get the illusion disappearances with Great Tiger, which are ultimately just aesthetic, but you can turn it into a special kind of counter, or the way that he shifts between movements when he has a shield up, for instance. Or Bald Bull, you pretty much just have his Raging Bull, and that equates to him rushing across the stage. It could be a different form of
He'd be more of a reckless
kinda,
fighter.
yeah, he would. And I would imagine too that both of these characters would work differently than Little Mac in the department of having a shitty aerial game. I think Mac would probably be the worst in that department. So both of these characters end up being more viable than him ultimately.
I could see Bald Bull being similar to Lord Mac in terms of having not a good air game. Maybe his jumps are a little bit better. But Great Tiger, I think, should have a better air game for sure. Maybe just a weaker ground game to make up for it.
I agree. And ultimately, the more well-rounded character, funnily enough, than Little Mac, who's abysmal to play as in
He
Smash,
honestly is like, is
especially
it
now.
cool that he's in Smash? Yes. Is he terrible to play as? Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know me, I often try to play as him in
I
online
try to
matches.
learn and play any character. Like we've said that I don't have necessarily a main. I like using the random button. I like being able to use everybody. Am I good with them all? No. But I like to at least be familiar enough with them. And Little Mac is hard to play.
The
Really
aerial game
is.
really stinks. It really stinks
And I
to an
love my aerial
exaggerated degree.
hits.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I want to go ahead and look at Little Mac's base moveset here, since we're trying to find characters, or trying to pick a character rather, that could be a clone or echo of him. I want to try and see, like, okay, what exactly does Little Mac have for, like, at least his special moves? We know he has a terrible aerial game. His aerials are absolute bonkers bullshit. And his jumps are shit. And if he's in the air, he's dead. Anyways, Little Mac's base moves, his standard special, he's got that straight lunge. You tap it. I think he can just do a short lunge if you just tap it. But if you start holding it down at all, you have to keep holding down, and he's eventually going to just make a straight, I guess, lunge, dashing forwards with his fist pumps out to hit everybody in the way. If he builds up his meter, he's got KO uppercut, just potentially up KO somebody with a big old uppercut. I'm not sure what damage that to be at to actually be KO'd, but it can potentially knock someone out of the stage completely. Jolt Haymaker, he jumps forwards and punches somebody in the air. Rising uppercut, he jumps up and uppercuts. Pretty fucking simple there. If it's in the air though, it has a lot less vertical distance, which I find interesting. Then he has his down special as a counter, go figure, and then his final smash he turns into Gigamac and just unleashes a flurry of punches, which is pretty much the same thing as Donkey Kong's new final smash, which is disappointing, honestly. Okay, so he's just got a lunge attack, a uppercut, the haymaker, and a counter. Pretty much is what he has there. Looking at these two characters here with Great Tiger, uh, I kind of like. Why are we fighting? What? Okay. For those of you the audio, he's holding up another drawing of the two of us fighting. He's trying to punch me, and I have my sword up. So I don't think he's going to win that fight. I really don't.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah.
Great Tiger. One of the things that he can do is he has his signature move called Rushing Magic Attack, where he can create a transparent clone of himself. They stand in opposite corners of the ring. Sometimes they'll switch up places, and then one of them will rush forward and attack. The clone doesn't do damage, but then Great Tiger himself will come in and do an attack. So in that one you have to dodge. So you have to know, okay, which one's hitting me here. I kind of feel like you can do something like that with straight lunge. It wouldn't work the exact same way, but I'm thinking, what if Great Tiger activates straight lunge, but instead of him actually rushing forwards for the lunge, what if it's his transparent clone rushes forwards and does the attack, actually does damage, but Great Tiger is still where he is, so he's not potentially going out into his death. You can do the same thing with Jolt Haymaker. He has since his clone to attack and jump. Great Tiger's still where he was before, and that way he can't accidentally jump over a stage and die, but his clone would. That's an
Yeah.
interesting way that you could make a clone character with Great Tiger, but play completely differently. You couldn't really do that with the up
Is a
special,
great
but you
idea.
could still have the clone be the one doing the counter. The up
Yeah.
special, I mean, you can't send the clone to do that one. Otherwise, I mean, I guess you could, but the Great Tiger is not going anywhere up in the air.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's a great idea.
And that could also excuse why his ground game is weaker, because it's an illusory clone of him attacking. So of course it's going to hit hard, or not hit as hard.
Yeah. No, good. Good. And then I would imagine Bald Bull would differentiate himself just in terms of being a weightier character, so it's harder to knock him down, but he still has, as you said earlier, less of a ground game. Probably more akin to Little Mac than anything.
I think you mean less of an air game with Bald Bull.
Yeah, less of an air game, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and with Bald Bull, the way I could see him being a little bit different is for his straight lunge, instead of it being like he's punching forwards, he gets to them and he headbutts them, makes sense with the character. He's got a massive bump on his head. It just kind of feels like a thing he would do. And maybe his uppercut is also him jumping up and hitting somebody with his head instead of his fist as well.
No, that's a good idea. Having a head-based fighter.
Mm-hmm.
They always
I
say
don't know.
use your head to attack.
I don't know if you do the same thing with like Jolt Haymaker or the counter, but you potentially could.
The counter probably more so than the haymaker, I think.
Yeah, the Haymaker.
Since haymaker's is pretty specific punch in boxing, so it'd probably be.
It would it would really work weird. Is if Bald Bull leaps forward and just pushes his head out like that instead of doing a punch. He's just like, I'm gonna rub my hand into you while jumping forwards. That'd be a little bit weird. Might fit for his character.
That would work.
I haven't played Punch Out. I tried to play a demo of the Wii version at GameStop once, but the demo did not work, so I never got to play it. I was kind of upset.
No, it would absolutely work for the character because almost all the characters in Punch Out are caricatures.
Yeah, true.
So, I mean, to make it a little comedic would be on brand. But that's pretty much what we're looking at with either character is kind of Mr. Illusion Man versus the...
They can still have KO Uppercut. It's just maybe not call it KO Uppercut. Maybe it would be something different. KO Tiger Spin. I don't fucking know. Maybe he spins like Crash Bandicoot.
Tiger appear.
KO Bald Bull or Bald KO Rush for Bald Bull. I don't know. The workshop does.
Yeah. Hey, before we come to a decision
we still got Final Smash to think about.
We do.
We do. Super Cast Brothers fan art. For some reason, we're hugging. There's a dog. Is that it? Oh, it's a Zerta, isn't it? See, I was really confused. At first, I thought it was a snail. Then I thought the word said Mewtwo. And I was like, that's not fucking Mewtwo. What? And then I was like, okay, I see cheese? And then I was like, wait a minute, that's an A. I think it's a Z. That's fucking a Zerta. God damn it. I thought we killed the Azurta meme last episode. Fuck. I thought I did it. Apparently not.
Yeah, so, Final Smashes.
Final Smash. Great Tiger, I kind of like the idea of pulls them in, maybe, I don't know about pulls them into a cinematic. I mean, maybe, I guess. Where you see, first you okay. Does a slight punch forwards, connects to somebody, cinematic, you're in the ring with Great Tiger. Then a tiger appears over his shoulder. Tiger jumps, attacks the player, and then Great Tiger jumps in to continue attacking the world. Because Great Tiger, as you might guess, has a pet tiger. So I don't know. Call it Tiger Smackdown?
Yeah, may as well. It's either that or maybe if you wanted something outside of the cinematic, you can have something like where he has the initial punch to contact, and then a number of his illusory clones appear kind of in a radius around the character.
And
so
then they
like
all
he's
rush forward and attack. I like it.
Yeah, like kind of like that, like a half circle of the clones above a character, and then they all come raining down at the same time. Yeah, like that. As for Bald Bull, I mean, whatever it is, it certainly needs to involve his charge and his head.
I mean, everything else is.
Yeah. Cinematic. You get taken into, he rushes into you, then you get thrown into the ring, and then he just charges forward ridiculously like a bull as he does with his red face. It's zoomed in, you look a little terrified, deals a lot of damage. That's pretty much it. If it was out of cinematic, it would be essentially the same idea.
I have the perfect name for this move. Charging Bull.
There
Like
you
the
go.
Charging Chuck.
There you go. Very good.
I'm quite proud of it.
Yes, you are, and I am proud of you. IPOY.
So, we have not talked very much about any of these characters, but as we mentioned, there's not a lot to talk about with them, especially not when you're going into the discussion thinking, okay, clone or echo here.
Exactly. And these are both characters that can be assessed almost in a sense like Ken, where they're not totally or they're echoes, but closer to being semi-clones.
Yeah.
But all the same, there's still only so much to work with when they all function the same general way
Yep.
in the source material.
I
So
mean, it's the
without
same
getting
thing with like
super,
Fox Falcon and whatnot.
yeah, yeah. So with yeah. So there's plenty to differentiate the characters and make them fun to play as, but the basic idea remains the same. So that's where it kind of gets difficult to talk about them too much without going over the same points
Yeah.
or just getting out there crazy with the ideas.
Like we could have looked at more unique characters, like what Bear Hugger probably could have been, or again King Hippo, or even no, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it now. And now I'm looking at the full roster. That's those are really the only ones that would be easily made to be unique compared to Little Mac. I think Great Tiger and Bald Bill are like Bald Bull are like the next tier below that, which is why we picked them. I guess you could have gone with Glass Joe, but if we
Who wants the
if we go
Danny
with
Dickey,
Glass Joe, nobody's gonna vote for Glass Joe to be in Smash. Come on, come on.
And I mean, Doc Lewis could be kind of funny because his technique could revolve around
His bike being
him eating
stolen.
chocolate and then also having a bike. Yeah,
He just steals
his
Little
bike
Mac's
being
bike.
That is an old school meme. I remember seeing that cycle around back in 2003
And it's never gonna cycle around again.
for pretty fair
For
reasons.
Yep. Yep. Anyways, do you have anything else that you think we really need to cover for these two boxers?
No, other than to say, I mean, besides them being fairly pedestrian on the overall, they're still some of the more unique characters from Punch Out. And given some of the unique attributes that one of these fighters has over the other and over Little Mac, I do have a preference between the two of them.
I do as well.
And I think that I would assume anyway, I'm just guessing knowing you, that we have the same lean.
Shall we say their names at the same time then?
Sure.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Bald Bull.
Don Flamenco.
Really?
Oh yeah. I mean, come on, a dancer that throws the roses around. Give
Don
him a
Flamenco
tennis
versus
racket, and he
Disco
could be a
Kid.
Waluigi clone.
True. Don Flamenco versus Disco Kid would have been a good matchup. That would have been entertaining.
It could have
But yeah.
Maybe someday.
So what was your vote?
My vote's Great Tiger.
Oh yeah, so was mine. Honestly, like, it felt pretty convincing from the very start.
Yeah.
Even before we started recording, and it was just one of those times when it felt like a given, especially when we started getting into it. The
Right.
idea of having the clones of Great Tiger, there's no way that Bald Bull can trounce that.
Mm-hmm.
Bald Bull does have some interesting attributes. I wouldn't be mad about Bald Bull if he were just randomly tossed into Smash, but it's Great Tiger is head and shoulders above him, I think.
I think Bald Bull's best attributes is that he would likely be heavier than Mac. So while his air game wouldn't be that great, he's still harder to knock off the stage or around in the air, which means he has a little bit better of a chance to stick around than Little Mac does. Great Tiger,
Yeah.
probably similar weight to Little Mac, maybe a little bit less. I'm not really... Actually, I can see how much they weigh in the game. On the wiki, I forgot it has those stats. Great Tiger, granted, this is in Punch-Out terms. Great Tiger is 132 pounds, or 60 kilograms. Bald Bull, 298 pounds, 135 kilograms. So considerably heavier there. What about Little Mac, though? Well, give me just a moment, my dear viewers. Mac comes in at 107 pounds. That ain't much. 49 kilograms for those of you who don't know pounds. So Great Tiger would even be heavier than Little Mac, assuming we take things straight from Punch-Out. I don't think he would be necessarily on his carpet a lot. Dash attack possibility, victory animation, hell yes. Entrance animation, good shot. But just the idea that when I read that, he can create illusions that attack for him. Granted, in Punch Out the illusions don't do damage, and they're just a distraction, that can easily be turned into something really cool for Smash. At first, I was
Yeah.
thinking, oh, what if his attacks are first he sends an illusion out and smashes, then he does the same attack as a follow up. And I was like, that's potentially OP because now we're doubling all of Little Mac's attacks, and that's a lot. That's a lot. But having just sending out a clone to attack for you, doing weaker damage, and then you're just still right there safe. You're not going to be able to. You're not within their range. It would potentially make Great Tiger one of the safest characters to play because all of your attacks are projectiles, but they hit like a melee move.
That would be really cool.
That's fucking
honestly.
nuts.
That's a great innovation.
I kind of want to make Great Tiger now. We come out a lot of these Smasher Dashes with one of us thinking like, man, I want to make this character now, and I want to make Great Tiger. I didn't know this going to the episode. I'd be feeling like this, but holy shit. But
yeah.
Not as a Smash Topia, I think. I think he'd just be like you just quietly upload to the site because there's not going to be a whole lot to him. But he sounds fun now.
Now we would be, because of your innovation, now I'm like, oh, hey, another Punch-Out character would be fine.
Yeah. I mean, before this moment, either of us were thinking, okay, if we get another Punch-Out character, it's going to be Doc Lewis or King Hippo, or if they feel like trolling us all, Glass Joe. Now I'm just like, can we have Great Tiger, though? Like, seriously? Please.
Well, with, like with Arms going against the grain of Springman, which naturally probably wouldn't have happened had we gotten an Arms character in the base game.
True.
But still.
I'm glad we didn't, though, because Min is a way more interesting choice.
It is. Look at that, I updated the fan art.
The same one from before, but now we have Jake as a puppy. I think it's a crawling baby. Jake's a crawling baby because there's also Upa as a crawling baby. And we have Jackie Fenster on the drawing.
Yeah.
When are we going to get any of my memes on there?
Like which one?
You know, do I have it?
Beyond being a deietic figure, I'm not sure.
That's true. I am the latest and greatest deity to our dear fair planet.
You are also 80s pretty boy, and I'm your wingman. Yeah, I saw that you commented back to that guy. That was good.
I didn't know what to think at first when I saw that comment on our video, but man, I chuckled.
Coincidentally, good old commenter Randolph Jackson saying that I want to look like Little Mac. Funnily enough, that we're doing Punch Out, which we planned out. Yeah, it was new today.
Oh shit! Well, guess what? You just got a sneak peek at when we recorded this episode.
You do. It's going to be pretty evident when we record, and I'm in a totally different environment next time too.
Well, yeah, things are happening, and that's all I think we're probably going to mention about that.
And there's some pizza there. Ooh, pizza bandana.
That's a pizza bandana?
It's a telling sign of the times that we're in. I just got this yesterday.
What?
Oh, it's hard to see.
What makes it pizza? Those look like lips.
Oh, I'll show you. No, it's the logo to a pizza place. That's all that is.
Right.
Yep.
Okay.
So yeah, put Great Tiger in the Super Smash Brothers. I have that too.
I haven't played it yet. Got that new.
No, what a testament to the 3D Mario games that they could release something so bare bones, probably as a response to kind of their affectation because of COVID, and everybody still hops on it.
It probably would
because I love the games
coming through in their time.
Yeah,
it's very clear that a lot of the announcements that we've gotten from Nintendo in the last month or so would have been an E3 if we had one.
I agree. I'm very happy they're on Switch, but yeah, it is a funny. It's just funnily bare bones.
Now
Really,
let's get F-Zero All-Stars. With the latest and greatest F-Zero games all in their original glory. You got F-Zero, F-Zero X, F-Zero GX, and those are the only ones anyone cares about because nobody likes the Game Boy versions.
F-Zero AX, F-Zero Maximum Velocity,
That's the
and the
ones.
entire
And there's
F-Zero
also an
anime.
AX, which is for
Mm-hmm.
arcades.
Yeah, AX
Oh,
stands for arcades,
yeah, arcade version, essentially.
and GX is
Game Boy version.
GameCubes. Yep,
Not
yep,
GameCube. GameCube was GX. Oh, that's right, you were saying GX.
yeah.
Wait, then what's the other Game Boy one?
Uh,
You
I
said
don't
Maximum
remember.
Velocity and something else.
There was something else.
Anyways, nobody cares about those.
Rick Wheeler will be playable in Smash one day. He's a fan favorite character, isn't he? And Zoda.
Okay, I do
And
kind of
that
like
kid
Zoda's
from
design.
Sonic X.
What?
Yeah, the
Well,
one with the
what
brown
about Fox
hair. What was
McCloud's
his
dad?
name? Max?
What
Yeah,
about
that.
James
Yeah.
McCloud?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
Cream the Chow.
Or
Rather, Cheese the Chow.
QQQ in Phoenix?
I would be okay with that.
Yeah. You once had a
Starman.
moveset idea for them, and then you never posted it.
That sounds pretty on brand.
Yeah, it does.
I have a moveset for Bluto from Popeye coming up soon. Anyway,
Any fucking way.
on
All
to
right.
matchup number 2.
On to match number two. Match number two, it's going to be a different character, of course, that we're looking at potential clone or echo for. They're not all for punch-up characters like somebody tried to say at the beginning. No, this
Hey,
time around...
actually,
Well, actually, you know what? I was just about to say. Technically speaking, the character that these next two potential clones and echoes are based off of has appeared in Punch-Out. And by that, I do mean Mario,
yeah.
who was the referee in the original Punch-Out game. And our
So
Mario
what characters
clones
we're
are
looking
going
at?
to be Wario and Waluigi.
Oh, I thought it was going to be Mr. L and my fan character from first grade, Saluigi.
It's actually going to be Green Mario and Purple Peach.
Good. Is
Yes.
Purple Peach Waluigi in a dress?
It's Wa Peach.
Better
The
than
old idea that's even creeped out Miyamoto is like, no, I can't do this. I cannot Wario Peach. Please do not.
better idea than Peachette.
Please do not. Oh. It's a better idea than Bowsette. Yeah, I went there, internet. I fucking went there.
Hey,
Anyways,
what if the internet approached? What if the internet approached Peach, Wa Peach as they did Bowsette? Anyway,
I mean, there's places, but anyways, no, but really, the character.
the link's in the description.
Nope.
Anyway,
Anyways, for real though, the next two characters that we're gonna be talking about are gonna be Funky Kong and Chunky Kong, potential echoes or clones of Donkey Kong, who is playable in the
yeah.
Wii. Well, not playable, but is one of your opponents in the Wii version of Punch Out.
Yeah, that is correct.
Yes, it is.
So, our boy Funky, the funky fresh cousin of the DK crew of Donkey Kong and the boys, he's usually, like, he was introduced in Donkey Kong Country as the guy who ran a shop based out of his, like, air barrel thing. So Funky would travel around the map and you'd be able to get special items from him. With and the barrel I speak of is literally an airplane with a barrel in the middle of it.
I
So
mean, it was
there's that.
called Funky's Flights, and he had a plane.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, it wasn't
Good
not
times.
a plane, but yeah.
A barrel plane, basically. Yeah.
The jumbo
And
barrel.
he's been and he's been the shopkeeper since, like, he in that interesting army gear outfit in Donkey Kong 64, one of his best looks. He was a shopkeeper.
He also looks like
I
a
think,
construction worker in DK Country 3.
yeah, he does. Good times all around. But yeah, it's funnily enough, he didn't really become playable in Donkey Kong proper until Tropical Freeze. But I
And
mean,
also is in Barrel Blast.
he's in Barrel Blast, he's in
And
Mario
Jungle
Kart Wii.
Climber.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
King of Swing.
All the weird spin-off games until Tropical Freeze. where he has his board, and the new funky mode, besides being a meme, allows Funky Kong to
Win the
avoid
game.
obstacles by being on. Yeah, exactly.
Funky
It's a pretty
Kong is
challenging
paid
game.
to win.
Mm-hmm. With on the board because his board avoids spikes and most opponents and stuff, most hazards.
And it's the only way I
Uh,
would be able to beat Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze.
it would be, yeah. He also is just kind of known as the rhythmic Kong, so surely there would be a reincorporation of like the DK bongos and stuff in his moveset. He has that plane that we had mentioned beforehand at his disposal, and I think a helicopter kind of thing as well, if
He
I'm
does
recalling
have a
correctly.
gyrocopter, I believe it is.
Yeah,
And he also
yeah.
got a hovercraft.
And he has he can also use the golden banana from the Donkey Kong TV show. That heart-wrenching song. You make love like a golden banana. Yeah.
That's not going to be a new meme. No. Jonno,
it's
I'm pulling my veto out. No.
all right. At least we got the Jigglypuff song for the musical side of things. Uh, and then Chunky Kong. I mean, you know him from the DK rap. He's the biggest and strongest of the Kong family. And he's a baboon apparently, so there's that. It's a big ass baboon.
What? Where? What? Hold up.
Yes.
Hold the fuck up.
Yes.
Where the. What? No. No.
Yeah.
No. Baboon is not anywhere on his Mario Wiki page. I just checked.
he is a baboon.
No. No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Unless I see a picture of red baboon butt. No. No. I
I
fucking
think
refuse.
you may be able to find it.
I don't
If
want
you
to.
really.
I did just find him in a disco outfit, which is weird enough.
I read this on the Donkey Kong wiki. Oh, Chunky Kong is a baboon character from
No.
Donkey Kong 64. He's also the older brother of everyone's favorite Donkey Kong character,
I
Kitty
just found a
Kong.
picture of his butt, and it's not big and red, so no. Not a baboon.
Well, it's a good thing we have a visual element because we can show which one of us is a baboon.
No? No?
So
For the
Chunky
viewers,
Kong
for the viewers.
enjoys wrestling,
No
butterflies,
red butt.
ballet, and playing the triangle. I mean, just so we're clear.
Yeah, I don't know why he plays drum. He's also got did you say his weapon? Because I might have missed that.
Yeah, the pineapple
grenade?
launcher.
Yeah, pineapple launcher,
Mm-hmm.
which I believe shoots out grenades.
Mm-hmm. And apparently his triangle in Donkey Kong 64 can also defeat almost every enemy when he plays it, which is hilarious. And he can transform into Hunky Chunky with the help of the crystal coconut, so he becomes huge and can pick up large objects.
He's also got Gorilla Gone, where he can turn invisible.
Strangely, that kind of plays into his meek nature, I guess. So that's probably why they gave it to him. And otherwise, he has like slams where he slams into the ground, and then the primate punch. So that's similar to Donkey Kong's standard and down specials, respectively.
Right.
So that's kind of what we're working with here. Chunky Kong has more immediately available to him because he was playable in a game like Donkey Kong 64.
Right.
Funky Kong, you would have to get a little more liberal with figuring things out on your own for him, since his playable time has been pretty limited. But I mean, what's there, and what else you can pull from other characters? Because like DK does not have a coconut gun, for instance, so you could just toss it onto Funky Kong. Might make for a more viable character, ultimately speaking.
Of course.
Yeah.
Between
Smash
them,
Brothers, ultimately speaking.
Yeah, but between them, similarly to how we kind of went over a little bit of Little Mac's moves, since this is Cloner Echo Talk here, Donkey Kong, his regular moveset, his standard special is Giant Punch. He spins his arm around and then punches. It's kind of a weird visual. How he just does this a lot. It's like I don't think that's physically really something you can do without killing yourself. But all right, sure. Up special, I don't remember the name of it, but he spins around and goes up into the air. Down special, hand slap, slaps the ground a lot, and he can finally use it in the air. It just only works once. Side special, I'm also not remembering the name here, but he hits you with his head. It's one of the dumbest attacks in the game, let's be honest here. And then Final Smash used to be shit, and now it's just boring.
Oh
Because
man, it used to be shit. That's pretty
it used to
realistic
be
of
shit.
natural apes.
It was better, it
Yeah.
got better in Smash 4, and then in Ultimate, they're just like, nah, fuck it. You're just gonna do a Triforce Slash. Like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Boring. I'd rather
Yep.
have a cinematic, honestly.
Yeah. And
Like,
you're not very cinematic friendly.
no. I mean, if it makes sense for what you're trying to do for the characters Final Smash, sure. Sometimes the best idea doesn't translate to in the battlefield and you have to do a cinematic for it. I get it. But Donkey Kong, they could have done something better than just punch a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Really? Come on.
Mm-hmm. They took it from Jungle Beat like directly, but still pretty boring.
You know what would have been cooler? Minecart.
Yeah. They
Would
could
have
have
been a
had
lot
the
cooler.
added Funky mode where Funky Kong just appears and falls on top of people.
Or coconut gun.
Yeah, it fires and
Give him the
spurt.
crystal coconut. What
Yeah.
the hell ever.
Or the golden banana.
Yeah. As for these characters, though, since Chunky Kong is playable in DK64, which actually has unique abilities and moves, it's a little bit easier to come up with stuff for him. Pineapple Ultra, I really don't think would work being a clone Echo. If he's his own unique character, sure, absolutely, but not in this specific discussion that we're having. Simian
Yeah.
Slam, you could kind of use this as a way to do a different version of hand slap. Whereas Donkey Kong does the constant hand slap as long as you're holding down the button. What a Simian Slam is, he does jump up in the air a little bit and then slams down. So it's hand slap esque, but it's one
Mm-hmm.
hit, it's stronger, but he can keep doing it over and over, and it's just going to be more time happening in between slam after slam. It's not the constant slapping. I think
What
that's
if
something they could do.
what if you have Simeon Slam as a down special like you're saying, and it's the move that grounds like puts opponents in the dirt,
Hand
and
slap
then
does that.
whatever's yeah, and then does it?
Yeah.
I
Well,
thought that it was the side move that did that.
the side boot definitely does. I thought hand slap did as well, but maybe it's only like if it's like a direct hit.
Yeah,
But now
that's
I'm
true.
thinking about it, I'm
May
not so sure.
maybe. Okay. Huh. I don't think it does that ever, but that's kind of just me. Because my idea was for Simeon Slam to do it, and then whatever Chunky's side special is, doesn't. It's the move that gets him out.
I'm not seeing it on hand slap's abilities, but it does have. Wait, no, what's this? It does deal less shield stun, which is pretty bad.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah,
Which
it's
Simeon
a
Slam
move
can
easy to
also
get
do.
rid of when you're shielding. But yeah, I think
Mm-hmm.
Simian Slam would be good. Like, give it the grounding technique. Have it be like Chunky's version of hand slap. I'm not really
Yeah.
sure what to do about headbutt or spinning Kong. And giant punch if they're all just gonna be the same thing. Maybe giant punch gets replaced by primate punch, which would work
Mm-hmm.
similarly, but maybe gives him a little bit of a lunge, but less charge. I'm not really sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I
Uh,
at some point I need to watch footage of DK64 just so I'm familiar with that game.
yeah. The
It's on
side
the
special
list.
can be him using the triangle. Or a standard. I don't know.
I think
Or
that
maybe
might
just make it a taunt.
be. Yeah, I think that might just be a taunt or a victory animation.
Yeah, it's just funny that Triangle Trample is so effective in 64, but
Yeah.
whatever.
I don't
Funky,
I
the
don't know
Hunky
that there's really
Chunky.
much you can do to either
Hmm.
headbutt or spinning Kong though
I
to make it
agree.
work chunky.
Unless you have him throw his cap as like a playoff King K roll instead of using a crown. But it would be more useful to just keep the headbutt.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I wish we could do something a little bit different, but again, these are clone echo discussions, so it's not
Yeah.
that every move is not going to be different. Technically, Great Tiger is more of a semi-clone in the way we built him, technically speaking.
Hmm.
Like
Hmm.
he definitely no echo. Mm-mm.
Yeah. Uh, as for Final Smash, though, Hunky Chunky or Pineapple Launcher are both good options there.
True.
Yeah.
Pineapple Launcher could even be one that's not even a cinematic. Maybe you can alter the direction it's pointing at, and he's just constantly firing.
Hmm.
So you can try and focus it
I
on one,
concur.
kind of like the Cracker Launcher from Brawl
Yeah,
that
and
they
I missed the
sadly
Cracker
got
Launcher.
rid
This is a
of.
good way to kind of bring it back.
I liked that item.
Hmm. Hunky
What
Chunky
we
would
got?
probably be cinematic.
They brought back Beetle
Hmm.
and didn't bring back Cracker Launcher. Like, why? Come on.
Because they hate us. They know we want Waluigi, so they want to punish us.
True, true.
And Peach.
As for Funky Kong,
Hmm.
Funky Kong doesn't have these special abilities technically that we know of. He's
Hmm.
just the transportation guy. He's got the surfboard, the gyrocopter, a hoverboat, and a plane with a barrel in it.
Yeah, he's the launch pad of the Donkey Kong crew.
He's the mechanic.
Yeah.
When they need to go somewhere, he's their chauffeur.
Hmm.
He's the one that arranges all the transportation. Yeah. And then in Tropical Freeze, pretty much his thing is just like, oh, he's got the surfboard, which is in a few of his different animations. I think he has something similar to Dixie Kong, where she can hover in the air with her ponytail, so he swings his surfboard around, which somehow does the same thing. I don't
Hmm.
quite, I don't quite get that. I don't, but sure.
I don't know either.
The first move that kind of comes to mind that we can really alter with Funky Kong is actually Headbutt. Instead of
Hmm.
him doing that awkward looking headbutt, swings the surfboard. It's got
Hmm.
more range, but it would do less damage. I don't know if it would ground, but I'm open to keeping that grounding possibility.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, I concur. Swinging the surfboard, and you said that was for a side special.
Yeah, instead of headbutt.
Yeah, I mean that works perfectly fine. And if you want to just keep that kind of party going, I mean an easy down special that follows the same idea. Do like a Simeon Slam-esque thing where he just slams the surfboard into the ground as well,
True.
as a visual. Uh, Giant punch again, like with Chunky Kong, probably remains the same. It's the iconic move of the bunch.
When he does the surfboard slam,
Hmm.
the pose he makes when he slams it in the ground is him doing a handstand on the board.
There you go. There you go.
And for
Yeah.
Spinning Kong, I mean, it can have the same functionality of Spinning Kong, except instead of spinning his arms weirdly around his body and flying, does the helicopter spin above him, like in Tropical
Yeah.
Freeze.
Yeah. That's true. Final Smash. Obviously, I think he needs to use the DK bongos,
Why?
or at least it's a move. He does in Donkey Konga, and I think Funky Kong is a character associated with music more than the other Kongs. I guess that more so it's a possibility. I guess.
I'm not opposed to it, I'm just not familiar with the other
Hmm.
side games. It's funny how you said that Punk Kong is the more musical Kong, but I very clearly remember Diddy Kong with both a boombox and his guitar.
That's also true. Yeah.
He musical too. Pretty
Hmm.
sure Dixie is as well. I don't remember about DK or Cranky or Tiny or Kitty, who we like to pretend doesn't exist. Who?
What if there was a funky version of Kiddy Kong?
That's Funky Kong.
Kiddy Kong is about 3 feet tall
Kitty
and
Kong is
with a
Funky
bandana.
Kong's son. That's now
Yeah.
canon. Write it down in
Yeah.
history books. Somebody call up the Mario Wiki. Uh, Funky Kong is Kitty Kong's father.
Yeah. Precisely.
Wait,
I
isn't
like it.
Kitty Kong's? Isn't he the little brother to Tiny Kong as well?
I
I think they
think
are. I'm
so.
pretty sure they're siblings. But Tiny is a cousin to Dixie, and Diddy and Dixie are either cousins or boyfriend and girlfriend. I don't remember. And then Diddy is DK's nephew,
Hmm.
and DK is Cranky's grandson. The Donkey Kong family is kind of strange.
You can just call DK Island Alabama,
Linky Kong is the weird uncle that gets drunk at the family parties and
and
then
we never
dances
saw
at the
him again.
tables. They wish they don't see him again, but he keeps coming back, and they just try and ignore him,
Yep.
which is why we don't see him because they're ignoring his existence. I'm just like, Kitty Kong. Nobody wants to remember Kitty Kong exists. In fact, people out there listening to this, they're not hearing me say Kitty Kong. They're just hearing me stop talking. I'm just like, why is he stopping talking? This is kind of weird. His sentence doesn't make any sense.
It's worse than the Mandela effect. And there's also Wrinkly Kong's ghost.
Poor Wrinkly Kong.
I know. Ah, boy.
At
Donkey
least
Kong
Tana
was kind of the
Bandicoot
first.
is getting a redesign.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit. They turned Tana Bandicoot into a punk rocker. What? I mean, I'm here for it, but what?
I don't know.
Damn.
Oh yeah, the demo's out now.
The demo's been out, dude.
Yeah, but on my timing, I think it's probably been, what, 2 weeks? Not to age the episode or anything.
I don't know. We already aged the episode. It's
Yeah,
a little late.
Yeah, it kind of is. Oh well. Oh well. It's good to inform
the only other
people
things I
of
can really
important
think
moments.
of for Donkey Kong is referencing Barrel Blast, where he, I don't know, rockets forward with the barrels. I'm not really sure what you would do with that other than potentially an entrance animation or a victory screen. Personally, if I was designing an entrance animation for him, though, I would have him drop out of probably the gyrocopter from DK Country 2. That's one that I would choose. Not the weird plane from DK1, but I think I prefer the gyrocopter. I mean, DK2 is the more popular game anyways. Oh, wait, hold on. Wait, it's in 3? Wait, is the wiki lying to... hang on a second. Oh, he has the biplane in DK2. Yeah. That's what it is. Okay, I haven't been in the biplane in DK2. That's what I mean. Apparently, gyrocopter also appears in the Game Boy port of DK2. Why? I don't know. But that's why it was listed there, and I got really confused. But yeah, I meant biplane barrel. That's what we want.
Okay. Yes, it is. Huh. Interesting. Funnily enough, going into this, I thought it was kind of going to be easy for Funky Kong because he's the more prominent character. You see him a lot more. He's more ubiquitous to the series. Up there, I guess, pretty much. It's a character that a lot of people just naturally assume is an Echo choice for the future.
Right.
And he's up there with Dixie. It's like, oh yeah, if we get Dixie Kong, we can have Funky be the Echo. Blah 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 blah. Chunky Kong, a weaker character and doesn't appear more than a few times, not more than once in mainline Donkey Kong, but he does have a bevy of abilities naturally at his disposal that we don't have to make up.
He's actually
at the
only
same time
in DK64. He has a small cameo appearance in the Game Boy Advance port of DK Country 3, but it is very small.
Yeah. Like smaller than Geno and Superstar Saga.
On a similar level, I would say.
Okay. Yeah. So, that being said, it doesn't necessarily matter all that much because we're talking about semi-clones at best.
Yeah.
So that evens out the playing field a little bit. Yeah. But if we're talking about semi-clones at best, Echoes and Clones episode, that evens out the playing field a little bit. You have Funky Kong, who would primarily be using a surfboard like in Tropical Freeze.
Yep.
And then you have Chunky Kong, who would be incorporating elements of his moveset from 64. So you have the Simian Slam and a unique Final Smash.
Primate
whether
punch.
that be the Pineapple Launcher or Hunky. Yeah. The Pineapple Grenade Launcher, I think, is what we're leaning towards.
I think so.
And then Funky Kong has his rushing forward like a Barrel Blast or in his biplane or whatever. Potentially the DK Donkey Konga stuff. And then using the surfboard fairly often in replacement of DK's more generic moves.
Whew. I just had a Final Smash idea for Funky Kong.
Yeah.
So put him in the biplane. Take it, kind of look at it as like one of those old war movies where you see the guy in the plane shooting at somebody down on the ground as they're flying over him. So
Yeah.
it's cinematic. The Whoever the victim is, they're on this field, whatever. Funky Kong is in his biplane shooting peanuts, kind of like with Diddy's peanut pop gun. But then, as he gets closer to them, he leaps out of the biplane and lets it crash into the opponent.
There you go. There you go.
I don't know.
Coincidentally, on Kong Island, then he accidentally blows it up like King K. Rool. Just kidding.
Sure. What the hell not?
No, great idea. Great idea. Um, man, I. So with all that said, I don't know. Is there anything else that you want to say about these characters before we decide?
I don't think I have anything else to say about them leading up to our vote.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on how we vote, more may need to be said, as always, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I have anything more to say at this point in time.
I concur. So shall we vote?
Let us vote.
Shall it be on a count of three this time, or should we just whatever?
Let's go with you first. Between
Okay.
Funky and Chunky, who's your monkey?
Do I want to go for the baboon without the red bootay, or do I want to go for that simian funky fresh? I've been known as both throughout most of my adult life. I've
That's
been
true.
called both funky and chunky. I've been called funky chunky. I've been called chunky funky. I've been called double chunky, double funky.
All accurate.
Yep, and I'll show you why because we have a visual element, but not yet. So, he's waving his arms for the audio
Do
listeners.
not!
We will not engage in the dance episode just yet. Oh yeah, yeah. No, save that for the very end, the finale of maybe year 3 or 4. Um,
Today.
okay. That makes sense. So, I almost thought that was going to be you when you're having internet trouble prior to this recording this broadcast.
Oh, God.
Um, that was a fun time. So, I choose Funky.
Interesting. I thought you were going to go Chunky based on the
Hmm.
speech that you were giving before I came up with my final Smash video. I thought you were actually going to go Chunky with that one.
Hmm.
But with the way I was looking at these is really, regardless of what games they've been in, both of these characters can do the same stuff in Smash as a clone or echo of Donkey Kong. Granted, it would be strange to see Donkey Kong do something like Hunky Chunky or wielding
Hmm.
the pineapple launcher, but I'm thinking more like looking at all their generic stuff. There's no reason to say that they can't do the same stuff, except Chunky doesn't have the surfboard, and Funky doesn't have the pineapple launcher. But the primate punch, the simian slam, they can both do that. Let's be real, they can both do that. So it's more of, to me, which character do I think it's cooler, honestly, because they can
Hmm.
both function do the same thing. And between their differences, which differences I think are more interesting. And looking at that, there's only one answer. We're going to get Funky.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I think Chunky Kong has his merits. I think he has some things that can make him be interesting. But
Hmm.
between the two characters, I feel like Funky Kong for sure. We already decided. Oh yeah, he can do a similar thing to the Simian Slam with his surfboard. He can do
Hmm.
something similar to Primate Punch. Why not? He's got a better version of Headbutt. He's got a cooler look to Spinning Kong.
Hmm.
Why not go with Funky Kong?
I agree. I mean, Chunky Kong unsuspectingly had more of a chance than I thought he would.
Yeah,
And the character's interesting too, being a kind of a shy and scared character. You don't have many Kongs that are that way.
you do not.
But if Chunky Kong were in Smash, it would be a disservice to him for him to only be an Echo or a clone,
It would.
given everything that's at his disposal. You can say the same thing for Funky Kong, but Funky Kong also works very well and is naturally applied to the Echo idea.
Yeah. Sometimes
It's
it's
yeah,
better when you don't have a whole lot that makes you individually unique.
yeah. So like if Funky Kong were an Echo, it's not a point of contention where you have
Yeah.
Dark Samus. You're like, oh, Dark Samus technically doesn't work this way in Prime,
Yeah.
very unique character, etc. With Funky Kong, it's more like Richter or Daisy, where you're like,
Yeah, makes
Okay.
sense.
Yeah. Yeah. And he wouldn't be a straight clone like Richter or Daisy either, so.
No. Well, they're
So
echoes
there's that.
anyways.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, that's my choice. That's your choice.
And it sounds like we've
So,
got things locked up. It's a shorter Smash Bros. Episode here today, but when you're specifically going and talking about characters who would be clones or echoes, and they're characters that they themselves don't have a whole lot of unique properties, that's kind of just something that's going to happen. Not every one of these needs to be a 2 hour long thing, anyways, because sometimes that gets annoying, both for us and for you guys to listen to. I'm sure you guys don't need to hear us debate the merits of Great Tiger and Bald Bull for 60 minutes. I'm sure you really don't want us to. I actually did not see what there was. I don't know what you were holding up, some kind of drawing. I did not pay attention to it. And now he's not listening to me because Jonno, ladies and gentlemen, is a prick.
hold on, I'm adding something.
Oh boy. What is this? Uh, I don't know who that is in the top left or the top right. I
It's Monkey
don't.
Kong and Great Tiger.
Is it? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I see it now. I see it now. My first thought was that the one on the left was Waluigi, and that the one on the right could have been Gino because the hat. And Waluigi because of the mustache.
Hmm.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Anyways, it's a short one. This was always going to be kind of a short one. Smash Dashes we always kind of plan to be shorter. The fact that they've been, as long as they have been consistently so far, has actually been a shock to me.
I
Almost every
agree.
Smash Dash has been around an hour and 30 minutes,
I
which
remember when we went into planning the
we
Smasher
thought
Dash
they were going to be
episodes.
like 30, 60 minutes.
Exactly. Exactly.
Did not happen.
What are we clocking around this one on this one?
Little over an
Just
hour.
curious.
Little
That's
over an
fine.
hour.
That's fine. The first time we've ever fulfilled that initial promise.
Mm. But it
Or close to it.
is coming up to the end of this episode, though. We really don't have much to say about these two characters, or four characters, rather. Next time around, start a new cycle. It's another on topic. This time around, we're going back to just talk about Smash instead of doing another out of Smash Pokemon memories type of deal. We're here to talk about amiibos.
Yep, Amiibos and Smash. And
And
as
there's been
for
some new amiibos that were announced recently, so I'm pretty interested to talk about this.
I am as well. More interested than I was when we initially came up with the episode.
Yeah, we tried recording it at some point in year one, and well, then ARMS got announced for Smash.
It's a
And we're
lost
just like,
episode.
yeah. I mean, let's be real. The
Hmm.
episode wasn't great. We're gonna do a better one next time, so that should be fun.
We are. We are. It's going to be fun. And I will be at a new place. So for the eagle-eyed watchers out there, you probably noticed the background's a little bit different. I don't have any posters up anymore. And if you could get a full shot of this room, which I'm not going to provide, you would see that most of my shelves are empty. There's boxes everywhere, like right there. That's how I can get a shoe from the sky because there's a box right there. So, I'll be in a totally new environment by the next time that you see us, so it'll be interesting to see what will happen. And kind of looking out forward to the visual element, allowing us to bring our amiibos front and center if we wanted to.
I have a lot. Look
So
at
do
that
I.
box right there.
Aha, you beauty. I want to jump in that box with you.
Please do not.
Okay,
I don't want them to
okay.
break.
Is there anything else you want to tell the people before we sign off this time around?
No.
Okay, well, I guess so long, and thanks for all the cheese.
Pew pew.